Welcome to another edition of Walton Entertainment. Today we'll have more news, information, and entertainment from your local hometown.
Hello, my name is Patricia Adset, and I'm a Master Gardener Volunteer with Walton County Extension. Now, some of you are probably gardeners that are saying, "Oh, I'm so glad that summer's over. It's time to put the garden to bed." And that's fine. Hopefully we will be seeing fall weather very soon. But please remember that fall is the absolute best time to do a soil test on your soil to prepare for your garden for next year. If you need a soil test kit, drop by our Walton County Extension office at 100 North Broad Street. Some of you gardeners, though, are taking advantage of the fact that we live in one of the best areas in the United States. We live in Zone 8A, and what that means is we can have a third season and sometimes a fourth season garden. So some of you are busy at least planning to plant some cool season crops like some broccoli and some collards, maybe even some Brussels sprouts for your Thanksgiving table. That's wonderful too. Here at the Walton County Extension office, we are planning on a crop of our own. We call this time of the year, Here We Grow Again. It's time for us to recruit Master Gardeners for the class of 2020. Our class will be starting in January of 2020. The first class will be January the 8th and will run through mid-April. The classes will be held on Wednesdays, one day a week, from 9 until 3, and our classroom will be at the Walton EMC on Highway 78. If you think that you might be interested in doing some of the things that Master Gardener volunteers do in service to Walton County, give the office, the Walton County Extension office, a call at 770-267-1324 and ask about getting an application for the class of 2020 Master Gardeners. But be mindful, those applications are due in the office November the 1st, and we have only a limited supply of places in our class. So if you've been thinking about this, if you've put being a Master Gardener on your bucket list, like many of us did, now is the time for you to make that move. Thanks.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. As always, we're going to show you some of the dogs and cats for adoption here at Walton County Animal Control. You know, we've said it a lot of times, summer is our busiest month. So many dogs, so many cats that come into the shelter that need homes. We're doing good. The rescues are helping us. We're getting a lot of them turned out. We had a record low euthanasia last month. Only 10%, just 9 dogs were put down, and almost all those were dogs that were put down for owners because of health problems, or the dogs were old or things like that. So doing really well, but we still need your help. Summer's not quite over yet. We're getting a little bump in intake and have a lot of dogs and cats that need homes. So maybe you're looking to fill your home with a new pet. We've got the dogs, we've got the cats, and it's all just a $40 adoption fee. We do the heartworm testing, vaccines, rabies shots, deworming, all that. All that would cost you $150 to $300 at a vet. You get a great dog and all those things included. So if you're looking to put a new pet in your home, have a look at our website, waltonpets.net. You can window shop there, email your application. We'll tell you when to come in. You can meet the dog or cat, and if it's the right one for you, you take it home that day. So we make everything really easy. So don't forget about your local animal shelter, and see all of our pets at waltonpets.net.
We got a female pit. She's probably about a year old. Real sweet, seems to get along with everybody.
We have about a 4-month-old kitten here. She is very thin. So if you're looking for a pet that, you know, you're the type of person who needs to fix something, this one can really use a lot of love. She's gonna make a good pet for somebody. You just have to get her spayed when she's old enough. But she's very sweet. We'll sit in your lap all day long.
We got a male neutered. He's probably about 8 years old, maybe a little older, not sure. Very sweet. Needs to find a home fast for him.
This is Ruger. He is a 3-year-old Boston Terrier, and he was found at Loganville High School. He'll be ready October 7th, and he is a very sweet and friendly little boy.
All right, we have about a 2-month-old kitten right here. She is a handful. She loves to play. I wish you could hear her right now. She is purring. Her little motor is going. She's going to need a good home. She's probably going to be really good with kids and probably any other animal that you have. So if you're looking for a kitten, we have them. She's a beautiful cat.
The Kaiser Permanente Run, Walk, and Roll started as a team building event with a fitness theme back in 1982 with about 900 people. And it has grown. We have about 10,000 people now, and we fill up this room here with folks. But the main mission is to give companies a chance to come together over 8 weeks and get in shape, and then come together and go through the best course of walking or running in the city of Atlanta.
I think it's important to be healthy and get good exercise, and I have a teammate that we've been practicing walking for a while. We're just going to walk and not run.
And we're believing that it's going to help other people, you know, for the health benefits and everything.
Well, it's my first year, so I want to try it, be part of the company, and make it a habit to come out every year.
My name is Connie, and I came out here because I'm excited about helping out to support the cause of the Kaiser Permanente, and I like to do it. And I brought a group of friends from Children's Healthcare to be interested and to join me in the walk and run. I'm walking though.
Today it's wellness for me. I'm going on a wellness drive, and I need to be more energetic,
be more active.
That's
enjoying the weather. Beautiful day.
Yes.
Atlanta is a very special place in that people actually like to work together on projects like this. We've actually done some events, a number of events in other cities around the country, and there isn't that can-do attitude, and the whole idea of fitness is alive and well here in Atlanta, and Kaiser Permanente has really put this on the map.
It was hot, but it felt great. So
I've been running in it's only 1 month of training after a knee surgery, so this is my first race since knee surgery. It felt great.
Okay, yeah, this is actually my first 5K. I was doing somewhat of a train, but not really, but the course is fun, good sight. We'd definitely do it again.
So I'm actually not native to Atlanta. I moved here about 5 years ago from Miami, but I think that's the same thing with everyone else here, and that's why these type of events are important. They bring everyone together. I think almost everyone from my team's not from Atlanta, so that's what makes Atlanta so great.
Hello, I'm Kenny Sargent with Keep Walton Beautiful in the Walton County Recycling Center. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We're staying busy here at the center, just right on through. We haven't slowed up at all, and we're happy with that. That's what we like to be doing. We had over 1,800 cars come across our scales in September, and we're just thankful for that. We've spent a lot of time trying to get people to come out, and it looks like it's really worked. We've picked up a lot of new customers, so thank you for coming out. You can spread the word to friends and family. Let them know we're here. A lot of people are looking for a place to get rid of some of their larger items that can't go in their trash cans at home. This is a perfect place to bring those things. And it also gives us the opportunity to get people started recycling. If you know people that are eager or avid recyclers, and they're looking for things to recycle that they can't recycle if they're using a private hauler or with the recycler they use, if it can be recycled, we pretty much recycle it here. So if you know any people like that, or if you want to get started recycling, come on out and we can certainly help get you started with any of those things. I want to take the time out to thank our Rivers Alive volunteers. We're just wrapping that up, and really want to thank those people for taking their time to go out and to clean up our waterways and rivers and things like that. And just it's so important that we do things like that. All trash is looking for its way into our streams and rivers, and anything we can do to keep it out really prevent some larger problems downstream. So we want to thank those people for coming out. Once we get all the numbers in as far as volunteers and the amount of trash that's picked up, I'll be sure and report that here, but we don't have all of those numbers yet. Just wanted to take a minute to thank everybody that took time out to come out on Saturday morning and put 3 or 4 hours into cleaning up. It's great that we have volunteers like that here in Walton County. That's not true everywhere, but we never have any shortage of volunteers here in Walton County, and I'm personally very thankful for that. It makes my job a lot easier. So want to make sure we give plenty of recognition to those people. Going forward, again, November 16th, we're going to have an America Recycles Day event. That's a Saturday here at the Recycling Center. We're going to be doing a paint collection again. We're going to do $1 per gallon on latex-based paint, and $2 a gallon on any oil-based paint. So if you're sitting around on any paint, it's a great opportunity to get rid of. Paint is not easy to dispose of or to find anyone that accepts. And that is, I can assure you, the best deal you're going to find on getting rid of any paint that you have around the house. So bring that out. Again, that will be our America Recycles Day event, November 16th, Saturday, November 16th. We'll do that from 8 to 12. If you have any other questions, feel free to give us a call. Our number is 770-267-1421. And we're having this event on Saturday, November the 16th, but just so you know that every year, America Recycles Day is November 15th. And of course we do it on Saturdays because we think that's when we can get the peak amount of people out. But also on that Friday before, the Friday will be the 15th, take a little time out to think a little bit about recycling and recognize that it is America Recycles Day. And if you are a recycler, think about other things you could be doing. If you're not a recycler, I would urge you to give us a call and we can talk about it, or you can search it on the computer yourself and get a good understanding of how important it is that we all do recycle, and how much trash we create in a day, and how much of that trash is completely recyclable items that should be getting recycled and reused and creating new jobs in the recycling industry. And there's just endless numbers of reasons why we should all be recycling, and none that I can think of in why we wouldn't be recycling. So look into those things. Let us help you get started recycling. If you are a recycler, let's come out and see us. Let's talk about other things you could be recycling, or we can help you recycle. And just come out and give us a visit. We're right here on Leroy Anderson Road, back behind Meadows Funeral Home at the end, at the end of the road in the cul-de-sac. So come out and see us. We look forward to seeing you all, and thanks for tuning in.
Hi, welcome to Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. This Saturday we have our third Saturday soiree. It's October the 12th, and we'll have 3 drop-in workshops. They're really appropriate for all ages. We have one specifically for kids, but then we have 2 others that are for really adults or for kids. And honestly, our kids workshops, the teacher of that class has told me that she has a lot of grandparents who sit down and take that class with her so that they can take it with them home and have an activity to do with their grandkids. So we have really all ages taking all of these drop-in classes. We'll do a clay pumpkin plate, and you'll take that home in a couple weeks. It has to be fired a couple of times and glazed, but it can be white, or you can glaze it orange and green like a traditional pumpkin. We'll have the kids craft, which is a little monster trio, and then we'll have the beaded bracelets, which are like these by Julie. And the beaded bracelets are only $7 a piece for the adults and $6 for kids, so it's really reasonable. She have thousands of beads for you to choose from. It's really a fun activity for all ages. We have lots of moms and daughters, or grandmas and granddaughters come in and take that class. The pumpkin class is $20, and you'll make a pumpkin plate, decorative and usable pumpkin plate for you to take home. And then the little trio for the monsters, that's the kids class. We'll have barbecue out in the garden. If you're going to come to that, you got to come early. We sold out in 2 hours last time. It's a really good deal. Baked beans, barbecue, a salad of some kind. Last time we had tomato and cucumber and onion salad. It's really good. I made it. So there's just a cookie, a pickle, I forget. It's a really good deal. We have a suggested minimum donation of $8. Lots of folks went ahead and gave us 10 because it was a lot of food. So come for that. We'll have alpacas in the garden, and somebody from the William Harris Homestead actually spinning alpaca wool into yarn and thread, and live music. So it's really going to be a fun day. We'll have activities going on starting at 10 or 11 o'clock. Some start at 10, some start at 11. Some end at 1, some end at 4, so they're all day. You could go on our website, or you can come by the center and pick up one of these little sheets that will give you more information. And if you want detailed information, we have our class list that gives you really all the details, prices, times, all of that. Or go online, monroewaltonarts.org, and you can see what all we offer on that day and all the other classes we have right now. I know we're approaching 70 classes, and events on the schedule for October. The other thing going on October 12th is our second Saturday open mic. This one will be kind of special to us. If you come into the shop very often, you've probably met Zach Kaufman. He's a cute redheaded kid that works here on Fridays. He's launching a little extended play CD that has 5 or 6 songs, some originals, some he's recrafted. He does the best landslide I've ever heard. Really good, even better than Stevie Nicks. So you need to come. He'll be launching his new album. So we'll have some young kids here playing music. We'll also have our usual storytellers and author readings and things of that nature. But it'll be a really fun night. That's also on October 12th from 7 to 9 p.m. And then my last big announcement is we are bringing back the home tour, the Christmas home tour for Monroe. Traditionally, we've done that for years and years. We kind of haven't been able to pull that off for the last few years, but we've partnered with the Monroe Junior Women's Club, and with their help, huge help, we are bringing this tradition back. I believe last I heard we have around 15 homes on the tour, and they're all here in downtown Monroe. Of course, there will be some walking involved, and the houses, you'll have to kind of move your car and park in one place, go to some houses, and then move your car again and go to others. But all of the houses are here in downtown Monroe, beautifully decked out with all their finery for Christmas. So that is Saturday, December 14th. And it'll be great. It's from 1 to 5 p.m. We're thinking about bundling in and having some activities for older kids. It won't be babysitting for the little ones, but say 6 and up, we're going to try to put together some activities here to keep the kids busy, because this is not a kid's activity, this is a grown-up kind of thing. So put that on your calendar. You can come in here to buy your tickets. The tickets are $26 for an individual ticket. You can also buy them online. You can find a link also for that on our website at MonroeWaltonArts.org. So come see us. We have the fiber show through the 22nd of October. November 1st, we open with our Christmas shop. The entire gallery will be a Christmas shop. We have our classes ongoing. We have our Saturday soiree, our open mic night, and the Christmas tour. So come in, pick up lots of information. We have it all here. We'd love to see you.
You're watching Walton Entertainment. Saturday afternoon, the Monroe Police Department, along with the SWAT team, surrounded the Monroe Motor Inn. A man had barricaded himself inside one of the rooms. When it was all over, we spoke to Police Chief R.V. Watts about the situation.
Approximately 4:50 this morning, officers with the Monroe Police Department received a call of shots being fired in the area of 1236 Claywheel Circle. Upon arrival on scene, we did identify that several shots had been fired into the residence of that location. There was one adult, 2 juveniles that were on location at the time of the shooting. In investigating that incident, we received further information that our possible suspect that could potentially be involved with that was out here on this location here at Monroe Motor Inn in room 102. We identified that our suspect out here was a Kenneth Everett. He did have felony warrants for his arrest. We also confirmed from a reliable source that he was inside, that he was armed. Our SWAT team was activated, and as you see, was on scene. We started taking safety measures to evacuate the whole motel complex here, Monroe Motor Inn, at which time we did such. We We secured the premises on the outer perimeter of it. Our operators then breached the doorway to see if we could make contact with the suspect. And you guys were here, you've seen that it was a lengthy process, but in the process we were able to take the suspect into custody without any injury to himself or any of our officers. I do want to take the time to at least give a lot of credit to the other agencies we're here on scene with us, with the Monroe Fire Department, EMS. We had Georgia State Patrol and Walton County Sheriff's Office, and I'm sure others that were here that helped assist us in bringing this situation to a resolve without any injuries.
What was the situation, Chief, after what seemed to be the conclusion of this in the road?
I believe, and I don't know, I believe those were some family members, girlfriends, whatever. And I can only speculate as to what that was about. Maybe over the arrest of the suspect would be my guess.
Was there shots fired that we heard earlier?
No, there was not shots fired. What you heard earlier was our one. You heard a flashbang that was going on. That is a device used to a diversion on the suspect, and then you heard our OC rounds being fired inside the room to try to potentially gas the subject to come out. It is a OC spray. It attacks the mucous membranes, your eyes and nose stuff, and we were hoping that would make the suspect turn himself in at that time.
Is that essentially pepper spray?
Right, exactly. And then we had a beanbag round that was fired because as you've seen the operators move up to the doorway of the motel room, they could see inside the residence behind their shield. They could see the bathroom door was partially open, so they fired beanbag rounds towards the bathroom door to try to open it up further so we could get a better view. And then Walton County Sheriff's Office brought their robot, their little remote control robot on scene that we were able to put inside the room as well, and we were able to clear the bathroom, make sure there was nobody in the bathroom. Monroe Fire brought their FLIR out, which picks up any body heat. When the operators went up to the door, they were able to see body heat behind the bed, around the bed area, which is we were able to limit everything to the bed location. And as things were coming to a close here, just as you seen earlier, that's where he came from, was underneath the bed.
Just so I'm clear, there was an incident earlier this morning where there were shots fired somewhere, and then the
That's
events
correct.
there led you here, is that right?
That's correct. We are investigating this individual as a possible suspect involved with that incident as well.
Okay, but he also had outstanding warrants,
Yes.
and that's what led to the... Okay.
He had parole warrants and felony warrants, I believe, for destruction of government property.
Can you go any further at all?
No, not at this time.
Okay.
Again, it's still an active, ongoing investigation. Our officers are executing a search warrant now on the motel room.
Are you in need of tractor work, bush hogging, grading, cleaning, sod installs, and drainage repair? Then you need Bold Springs Landscape Solutions. Bold Springs Landscape Solutions is a licensed, insured, and certified landscape solutions company. Their services include grading and drainage, bush hogging and clearing work, as well as fencing, landscape, and sod installation. Contact Bold Springs Landscape Solutions today.
Hi, this is Jody Johnson, and normally I do my reports and I tell you a lot what's going on with the Parks and Recreation Department, but today I want to do something a little different, and hopefully we'll all gain some different aspect of what's going on in youth sports, and not just in this particular county or this city or the city you're in, but basically across the nation. And we're going to talk about three different things that I think are some things that are great, and some things that really end up hurting not only the sports in general and the recreational activities that we have, but it even hurts the children that participate in our programs altogether. Because very rarely do we have any issues with the actual participants that go in our programs. And generally it's in other areas. So the first one I want to talk about is in youth coaches. We are in desperate need of always good role models. And again, when I mean by role models, we need someone that will volunteer, organize our practices, and then teach the kids, sportsmanship. And I don't think you ever heard me say they need to be the brightest or the best athletic person that played the sport. you don't necessarily have to have those skills. We give you a lot of instruction on the organization of that particular sport, and there's usually someone else that knows the X's and O's or the drills and skills you need to play. But we need good role models that will come out and organize those practices, organize those parents that they know when the activities are going to take place, when the practices are going to take place. Make sure they, we hand the uniforms out to them, but there's a lot of other little small things that you have to get that goes along with the practicing. So we are in desperate need of good role models that will come out and volunteer for our youth and continue with those kids. A lot of parents do get involved, but a lot of times we just don't have enough to run our program. So we have to sometimes cut those registrations off when we don't have enough coaches to go with the kids and participants that we have. So if that's something whether you want to be I know some programs have big sisters, big brothers, programs like that. This is a good, fun way, and it's not a super long commitment. It's usually 2 to 3 months that we ask you to commit to be a volunteer youth coach in our program. We would love to have more people that do not have kids in the program that come in and get involved. We do have a background check that we go through with all of our participants. We give them badges that allow them to work with our youth. And then, from there we have a staff person that's usually at most practices and games that are there to guide you, give you some materials, and help you with any of the activities you have. So we really would love to get some youth coaches and some good role models that would come and work with our youth. Second thing that we have problems with is umpires or referees, according to what activity we have. And the reason we're in need is because sometimes our parents don't act quite appropriately during games. That a lot of our umpires quit. The national level for a umpire to come and commit to becoming an umpire is about 2 years, is as long as they usually stay. After the second year, they usually quit because they say it's just not worth it. It's not worth the money they're making for the abuse they're taking. And so they're quitting whether they're umpiring a referee, and they did it probably as a secondary job, as secondary income, and because they like the sport. So it's one of those things. If you're enjoying what you're doing, you're really not working, but you're making money. It was a great secondary job for many years for a lot of folks. I know that's the way I started in college, was umpiring, and it was the way I was able to make. It was my primary job while I was in school, because it's usually in the afternoons. It was after my classes, after I was playing my sport, so I would go and umpire or referee ball games. So a lot of people did that, but these days, not many people are doing it any longer. The pay is good. It ranges a little bit above $20 per hour for our umpires and referees at any of our sports, whether it's soccer or football, baseball, softball, any of those sports. It still ranges around $20 to $25 an hour. For those, and there's some activities where they get 2 to 3 games during the week and 3 to 5 games on the weekend. So it's a great secondary job for folks that would like to do it. And again, we do require a background check for our umpires and referees. We sometimes have assigners that book those folks, but oftentimes we assign those guys to the gym or to the playing field that they're going to service. But again, it does take some abuse, and I'm not sure why that parents or coaches feel that it's okay to treat umpires, people in authority, people that are making those decisions out there with disrespect. They are doing the best they can. They're not going to be perfect, just like the rest of us. None of us are going to be perfect. We're all going to make mistakes. So, next time you're at a ball game and you see a referee or an umpire and they do make a mistake, which I'm sure they will at some point during the game, just remember, they're out there. This is their job. They are trying to do their best. They're not trying to disrespect you or your child or get it wrong. They just may or may not have gotten a mistake. And you may have been mistaken that they've made a mistake as well. So give them a break and in fact encourage them and thank them for doing the job they're doing. We are in desperate need for good umpires and referees. We always are. A lot of the ones that you see do our program are the very same ones that you see on Friday nights doing high school football. Same ones that are doing the high school baseball games or the high school softball games. So they are very experienced guys. We try to get the best ones we can. We try to get the high school certified officials, and some of them even done college games. And so we do have pretty good officials for the most part here, but we're always in need of more. The third thing we want to talk about is social media, which is that thing that's grown like crazy over the last 5 to 10 years, and now has gotten to the point where people are utilizing social media as private agendas. They go on those social media posts and either try to change a decision that's being made, or go on there to try to bully someone into doing things, try to get other folks on their side. I would just, with our Parks and Recreation Department, we're here to serve the county. For one, we are paid employees, that we are here to serve the community, and we want to do that. But we also ask for you to give us a call, give us the benefit of trying to explain what situations we're in before people make any rash decisions, or try to gather other folks into the realm of trying to make a decision which may or may not be better for the county. So, those are the three things I really think is close to my heart, which is the youth coaches that we're desperately needing, youth referees and umpires that we need, and then just the communication to all come together and work for one great department that we want to do, to serve our youth and to make it the best department we can, and not only for the youth but for the adults as well. We have a lot of classes and things for adults as well. So what I do want to remind you, we do have our All-Star season coming up for our fall sports, which is for our soccer program, our boys and girls soccer. We have 6 teams that are going straight to state, which is over in the Augusta area here in a few weeks. And then we have 4 All-Star football teams. We have 2 7 and 8-year-old All-Star football teams. We have 1 9 and 10 countywide team and 1 11 and 12 countywide team. We're going to be hosting the GRPA North State Tournament here on the first week in December here at Felker Park in Monroe. The winner of that particular regional tournament will go down to the South this year to play in the overall Georgia Recreation and Park State Tournament. So looking forward to that season. Looking forward to our basketball season, which is getting kicked off right now. So until next time, thank you very much. And remember, sportsmanship starts at home.
This is October the 5th. We're driving through the trailer park here. The people are supposed to, most of them get out within the week. So it's going to be a little bumpy picture, but to kind of show you what's going. There are still quite a few people, as you can tell by the cars, still living in here. And this is a sad situation for several people. might be some help to get some of the people moved today.
How many helpers you got? So one person from each group. We have 4 households to move today. You want to walk with me? Okay.
2.5 years. 2.5 years.
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years since y'all been out here.
I'm just taking a guess. Well, we lived in Canton, and the trailer park we lived in,
they sold
it out from under us. It went to pot. We moved down here, and the same thing happened.
Yeah. So it's kind of gone down since you first moved in.
Well, it was all right when we first moved in. But
Okay. And so about 2.5 years here, and then y'all are moving out today?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're moving over on the south side.
I think some people with Cindy Little and all are going to help you move.
Oh.
And is this your belongings over here that they're going to be moving?
This is it.
Okay.
That's all of
so
it.
you've already gotten everything out of your trailer?
Well, that's all we got.
That's all we got.
Okay. And where are you moving to?
Just right here on the south side.
South side.
Oh, you're moving south side.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's great. That's great.
Just 2 steps away.
Yeah, okay. So basically the same area. So you found a nice place there at
Yeah.
south
Oh,
side?
yeah.
It's brand new. Nobody's ever lived in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just got it all set up.
Well, that is
But
great.
that's Cindy. She is.
Well, the city just out of the blue here brought us a paper saying that they're coming in here the 11th and shutting everybody off. Utilities, water,
Because
everything.
the owner wouldn't get the trailer part up cold.
Well, I'll be. So because of the owner, you all are all having to move.
Because of him, everybody's having to move.
Well, if it hadn't been for Cindy on what we're doing, she's going.
She's a good lady, isn't she?
Oh Lord,
because of him.
Well, so south side is everything's Dakota, and also you're good at south side.
Yeah.
Well, are a lot of the people here moving to south side? Or do you know?
They ain't nobody moved no place.
I don't really know.
A lot of the people in here said they ain't going nowhere.
That's what I was wondering. I drove down through here, and I would say half of the trailers
Yeah.
have got occupancy.
Yeah.
In them.
Yeah, overhang.
Yeah, people say they wouldn't
And so it's what is it? About 5-6 more days is they'll be
Till
cutting.
next Friday.
Yeah.
Next Friday they'll be cutting everything off.
That's
so
what they said there's
6 days.
Well, they said something about whoever wasn't out here by dusty dark the 11th, the police is going to be coming here and escorting them off the property.
I don't see how they can do that. It's not the tenant's fault.
No, it's not.
It's really not. It's not
They would have
intentional.
made the landlord Bobby do something.
He
He's
should
the one
be
that let
held
it go this
responsible.
far.
Now I understand he is out of state or something.
No, he
isn't
lives in Cummings.
Oh, does he live where?
In Cummings.
Cummings. Okay, so he's in Cummings.
Well, see, it wouldn't be so bad on people that's got jobs and
Yeah,
stuff
before everybody
like
got
us.
that notice, they just had paid the rent. And then they got that notice.
Yes. They just paid the rent.
You
And
pay
the
your-
bill got
pay your
About
rent.
the notice. About how long ago was the notice?
Oh, God. About a month or 2 ago.
About a month or 2 ago, you
Yeah,
got the
so
notice, and,
everybody just-
and what did it tell you that you would have to vacate?
We know nothing
Says
about
you
it.
required to.
Required to move. Oh, okay.
Yeah, everybody just had paid the rent, then you get that notice 2 days later.
Oh, we caught it real good. That's like that when we lived up yonder.
I'll be.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
My name is Jeannie Armstead. I've been here since May. I was here 10 days before we got a notice saying they were shutting the park down. They should never have rented this place knowing that they had all these issues. I don't think the city should have turned the power on knowing they had these issues. They should have just said, whoa, wait a minute, we're not doing this. I absolutely loved my house. It was perfect for me. There's nothing wrong with it, but God bless, they can have it back. I'm going to a better home.
Whereabouts are you going?
To 8th Street.
Oh, 8th Street?
There's a little house up there. It's got my name on it.
Well, that's great. So it's going to work out pretty good for you.
Yeah, I've got the lights already flipped around and the air's on. Praise Jesus. Okay.
Welcome to Focus. This segment is an opportunity for us to focus on what matters with people, places, and things. I'm your photographer, Darrell Everidge. Meet Michelle, a wife, a mother who works a full-time job and still has time for a workout regimen that would scare most of us. Michelle started out doing the regular routines we all do, kind of working out at home, but later decided to join a gym. After working out there for a little while, she decided she wanted to step it up. And that's when Michelle was introduced to CrossFit.
Probably about 8 years ago, I decided that I wanted to better myself. So I joined Anytime Fitness. And I just started doing just things here and there, and they offered some classes. So I started doing the classes to learn just basic movements to do to better my health, lose some weight, of course. And I started doing a boot camp class there. And I'd done that for a while, and some spin class. And then I continued on with the boot camp class, and that's where I met Laura, which is Coach Laura here at CrossFit. And I worked out with her for several years prior to joining CrossFit.
This gym opened in 2012, so it's been here for a while. And then we bought it a year ago in August. We took over the ownership, Heather and I. CrossFit's just like a step up from your usual global gym, I guess you could say. It's a better atmosphere. Everybody pushes everybody, encourages everybody. You get your weightlifting and you get your cardio in a mixture of the hour.
It's more of a challenge because after a little while doing the same things over and over again, it's not really as big of a challenge for your body. And I like the little bit of competition that CrossFit offers. Every day is a different workout. It's never really the same. I mean, you have your basic general movements that in every exercise that are similar, but some of the workouts we do are timed. Some of them are just for an amount of reps, and it's just a different type of atmosphere.
Some people are intimidated by the name CrossFit, but anybody can do it. You can scale it any way. So it's just making that transition of your regular gym and your regular workouts to coming in and trying this out and seeing that anybody can do it.
And it's for anybody. It's not for just someone that's been working out for a long time. Anybody can do it. There's a modification for every movement. And then eventually, after you master that one, you move on to another one to get better at it until, you're that person up there doing strict pull-ups, dozens in a row, But it takes time to get there.